Hello, today I'm going to practice IELTS speaking fluent test with the topic procrastination and productivity. Background, do you often procrastinate? Yes, sometimes I do, especially when I have to face with the stress and boring tasks. At that time, I tend to delay it, although I know that it's not good for my productivity. But it often happens when I'm not in my right emotion takes to focus. Question 2. What kinds of tasks do you usually postpone? Yeah, I usually delay tasks like writing reports or learning for exam because these kind of tasks often require a lot of deep concentration and often trigger anxiety and perfection. I often tell myself that I will do that later, but most of the time it could lead to my guilt afterward. Question 3. How do you feel when you procrastinate? At first, I feel relieved because I could avoid the unpleasant emotion. But after that, I feel stress and guilt. It's like the circle of avoidance. The more I delay, the worse emotion I feel. Now we move to part 2. Describe a time when you overcome procrastination and finish something important. Well, if I had to choose an example, I'd go with a story that I had to face to prepare for an important presentation last year at my company. At that time, I kept procrastinating because I thought it was really difficult to perfect. But the more I delayed, the more anxiety I become. So finally, I made a decision to change my approach. Firstly, I told myself that finish something imperfectly still much better than doing nothing. Secondly, I tried to create the distraction-free environment by turn off my cell phone. And thirdly, I try to break my big task into some smaller parts. And during I started doing that, I realized that it's not as difficult or terrible as I thought. And ultimately, I managed to finish whole the presentation on time. Even my line manager gave me a lot of positive feedback, and I feel relieved and motivated actually. This lesson also teaches me that procrastination is not laziness. It's slowly cling to bad mood regulation. And first part is always the more difficult task that you need to go through. In that case, self-compassion can help a lot.